Hey everybody, we hope you've been enjoying our series on covering the gear that we use. We hope this opens your eyes to the type of gear that we use and what's possible with the gear that we use. And we hope you get the idea that you don't necessarily need the greatest and best gear to make great video. Okay, today we're going to talk about our reflector board. All right, so this is the Neewer, I don't know how to pronounce that, N-E-E-W-E-R, reflector, 5-in-1 reflector, 110 centimeters. So what this is a big disc that's 110 centimeters that you can use to bounce light, block light, reflect light, do anything like that. And the reason it's called 5-in-1 is because it actually has 5-in-1 reflectors. So the way it works is you have a big disc that can act as diffusion, so it's a little bit of a mesh. Then you can cover that disc with a cover, and that cover has two sides. So one side is black and one side is silver. And then you can reverse that cover and one side is gold and one side is white. So you have all these kind of reflector options, which is really nice. Okay, so now where do we use a reflector? Now we bought the reflector mainly for an outdoor shoot that we were doing. So we were gonna do a lot of outdoor shots and we didn't have too much time to do a lot of setup. So what we did is we bought a reflector board, and just that reflector board can add a lot in just bouncing a little bit of light on the subject, which was really good because you got the sun, which is super bright, and you just put a reflector board to get a little bit of light on that person's face is really good. So that's the main reason we bought it, and still today we use it for outdoor shoots. Now the other thing we use it for is we don't have flags. We don't actually own flags. So actually right now we're using the reflector board to act as a flag to block our key light a little bit, to create a little bit of this texture in my shirt. So we do use it as a reflector as well. Our setup is pretty simple with this. We actually bought a little arm, a little holder. It's called a reflector holder or bounce board holder. And it came with a little head that you can screw onto a light stand. So we put that on a light stand and then we angle it the way we want. Now I will mention that the little arm that we bought was a very cheap arm on Amazon, and it's proven to be quite cheap in terms of actual build. The way we have to tighten it is a little bit cheap and it doesn't always hold very well. So not really the greatest purchase there, but you get what you pay for. All right, back to the reflector itself. What do we like about the reflector? Well, first of all, you can't talk about this reflector without talking about the price. This thing is $32.99 on Amazon Canadian. All right, super cheap. It was a no-brainer to purchase this thing, and it adds a lot of value. It can give you a little bit of light that you need, which is really nice. Now, some people who don't want to spend that money will just use a big piece of Bristol board, and that works just as well, which is really nice. So the price of this thing is awesome. Again, Neewer is a company that makes a lot of great cheap products. We also have one of their LED lights, which works really well. So definitely check them out if you want some cheap film products. The second thing that's pretty nice about this thing is the fact that it is 5-in-1. The fact that we have a black cover, a white cover, a silver cover, we've definitely used those in different situations. When I want a lot of light, I'll use the silver cover because it'll bounce it quite a bit. We'll use the black side, to minus some light, We haven't yet really used the gold side, which gives a bit more of a, tungsten glow to people's faces. So the fact that you do have those options is really nice. It also collapses really nicely. I don't know if you guys have ever used bounce boards before, but you can do this kind of really cool twisting motion. I still don't really know how it works, but every time I do it, it does work. I just twist it and it comes into this nice circle. So it packs away into a nice, really small bag, which is really, really cool. So it's really portable, really easy to use. It also has a little hanger, which is nice. So if you just want to hang it on a light stand or hang it on something, it comes with a little hanger, which is really, really good as well. Okay, what don't we like about this thing? Well, it's a bounce board. It's a reflector. It's not really a whole lot not to like about it, to be honest. I haven't used a lot of bounce boards. I haven't used a lot of reflectors and light shaping tools like that. I mean, yes, we've used flags and diffusion and stuff like that, but when it comes to bounce boards, there's really not a whole lot to not like about this. I will say again though, that the little holder that we bought for it, I did not like that. It's definitely cheap and definitely really finicky, and the screws are not very good, but that has nothing to do with the reflector itself. All right, that's it for the reflector. It's a nice little cheap piece of gear that you can buy that you can use for outdoor shoots. One thing I will mention is that if you are planning to buy this and you're a one-man team, it will be pretty hard to use if you don't buy a light stand or some kind of holder. If you have somebody else working with you who can hold the reflector, then it's great. But if you're a one-man team or you're a small team, you will probably have to buy some kind of light stand and some kind of holder to hold it. We're reusing one of our existing light stands, but we had to buy a little clip thing to hold the actual reflector. If you have any questions at all about this reflector, leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel as we're trying to produce more and more content. All right, that's it for now, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Chilling.